Michael. Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Good. How are you?
Wait a minute. Linda
Hmm?
called. 여보세요?
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay.
Everything good?
Yep.
I wonder what. Yeah, I don't know. Earlier, I don't know if you did this, but I went to the wrong room for class. I went into the room with the 2772 password, and someone else was having class there. Maybe that was it. Okay. Maybe that's what she was calling about. I always feel so bad whenever I accidentally go into the wrong room. But anyways, how has your weekend been? Do anything fun? I guess yesterday, because I saw you on Saturday. So
Yeah. Saturday night? No, morning to me.
mm-hmm.
Actually, I went to work out and I watched Netflix.
Nice.
Have you heard the Daredevil?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the drama, Netflix drama, not a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. I heard it was really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Didn't they? I can't remember. Didn't they have to stop making it though because of Disney Plus or something? Does that sound right?
plus,
Yeah, I think I had heard that. Like they had all the Marvel shows on Netflix, but then
Disney Plus.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus. Yeah, from the start. But from Korea, we can't see that
Oh.
actually right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. I don't know. It's kind of annoying how there's so many different streaming platforms you need.
yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. It's fun though. I saw Maggie last night. So
Oh, really?
that was fun. Yeah, we went to a restaurant with some friends.
What did you do?
Just talked mostly.
Just talk.
Yeah. Her one friend, Aditya, who came, he's very funny. He just asks the most random questions. And
Question.
yeah. And it will be out of nowhere too. Like we'll be having a normal conversation and he'll be like, "So why do you think people get married?" Just like randomly. That was one of his questions from yesterday. And then he asked something else too about, do you think that they'll make robot girlfriends one day? That was another. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's unique.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anyone like that who just asks the most random questions?
Huh. Okay. when I was younger than now, like a high school or middle school student, almost all friends talk, why do I have to study?
Mm-hmm.
That is a main question when
Mm-hmm.
we talk from that moment. So yeah, every day they think, why do I have to study? Why do I have to do this? Like that.
That's pretty funny. That's a good question, though. Why do we have to study? I'm just
I don't know. Why do we have to go to university like that?
Yeah, it's a good point. Sorry, I'm plugging in my laptop real quick. The battery settings were coming up all weird. I guess technically you don't have to go to university if you don't want to, but most people that I know go.
You know, in the case of Korea, actually, almost all students go to university. Um, so yeah, they just man, almost all students think that going university is just duty for them, but they don't know. They don't know the reason why they have to go to university like that. So just you know,
Mm-hmm.
from younger age, including me, uh, others decide you have to go to university. So because of that reason, many students um, think going to university is a duty without the purpose of university.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a reality,
Mm-hmm.
and it is getting worse as time passes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tricky. I feel like I don't know what you think, but little kids, whenever their parents tell them to do something, they ask why. That's their favorite question. But I don't know how many answers they get all the time.
Uh, and actually, every time, you know, from younger age until high school students, when I when I ask my parents, why do I have to study or why do I have to go to university, then my parents just said the same answer always. If you go to university, then you can have a good job and you can earn a lot of money and you can make a good relationship with good people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Always they said the same answer. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I don't know. It's complicated.
Mm-hmm. They started doing this one thing very recently in the state of Texas on like math exams.
Mhm.
And so almost every year of math class now, they have what's called a personal finance section. And so it teaches the kids like the difference between like debit and credit. And one of like the money type questions that they have to answer is they give them like a table, you know, that says how much money you make with each type of degree. And then it has them do math based on that table. So if you get a 4 year degree instead of a 2 year degree, how much more money will you have in like 10 years? And so that's like part of math class now.
Why why they learn that?
I don't know. I think a bunch of maybe parents and students complained that a lot of the math that their students learn isn't useful for a job, and so they want to teach
More
more useful
useful.
math. Yeah.
I think so. Then I agree about that. Actually, we don't use math theory instead accepting plus minus like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't use that in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. I tutor Linda's son in some math, and sometimes he'll ask me, "Do you have to do this?" I do have to do a lot of math at my job. I'm like, yeah, I do, but most people don't. I don't think.
Yeah,
Huh,
I agree.
yeah. I said if you don't like math, don't do engineering because we have to do everything. So
Yeah, it's true.
pretty funny. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we should probably get into some writing before I forget. I always forget if I don't remind myself. Oh, so I found something else than what we usually look at that I thought might be helpful to see. So I'll share my screen. It's not actually a prompt, it's just a really good website. I was poking around yesterday. But I'll send this to you. So it's called Master the TOEFL Writing section, and it's updated for 2021, which is the first thing that's nice. And then it comes with writing guides too, with a guide to like each specific type of essay. And they have 70 examples, which I thought was very cool. This one might be interesting. How long should the TOEFL be? Let's see what it says. 380 and 400 for the independent, and 280 and 300 for the integrated. And it's based on, a typical score for longer essays.
How many paragraphs if I write for 400 words?
Let's see, the 400, that's the independent. That's another cool thing too that I noticed is they broke it down into actual examples. So if we scroll down, they do an introduction in 2 body paragraphs, but the body paragraphs are pretty long. So if you do 2 paragraphs, I guess they have to be somewhat long. And then a conclusion. So 4 total. Yeah. I thought this was very neat. So I'll send this to you. The other one, see, this is the independent one. Oh, and so it tells you how often the questions come up. So for the independent, 65% of the time they ask you if you agree or disagree. 15% they use multiple choice. 15% it's what is your preference. And then good. Do you think this is a good idea? Apparently, this one's very rare. And then for the other one, oh, you flip back. This is the one where you have the lecture and then the essay, or the lecture and the reading and then the essay. And so 80% of the time, the lecture and the passage are opposites. 10% of the time, it's problem and solution. And then 10% of the time, it's solutions and problems. I'll put this link in the chat too, so I don't forget. But I just thought this was so cool. So it's definitely the best website I've found so far. Okay, so So I guess now we will do some actual writing, if you're ready. Okay. So let's do. Get some of these. We'll choose a prompt. Okay. Here, so you want to pick one of the prompts out of questions 1 through 6. There's one you like the best.
Question 3.
Give more. Okay. So I guess we can do what we normally do. And so I'll put up a timer, and then whenever you finish a paragraph, you can stick it in the chat. I'll stop the timer, and then we can do some revision. This was my other good thought that I had yesterday when I was looking for TOEFL stuff. They have online stopwatches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, let me know. Okay, I'll start the timer.
Um,
Oh, here, I'll put myself on mute too. That way you don't hear me cough. But I'll keep on putting little notes in purple around the page in case if you're interested. Okay, I see your chat. Sorry, I was finishing up my one little comment in purple on the side. Oh, let me stop the timer too. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Let's see. So after taking a test, many students got their scores. While watching their own score, some students can be proud of themselves, but other students can't. In this situation, is it sure that grades encourage students to work harder at school? My answer of this question is I disagree. So you're saying you don't think grades encourage students to work harder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I need to write some more examples in purple about that then. I thought you were going to write about the other one, so bad guess on my part. Okay, let's take a little screenshot of this. And then we will go into the Word document. Okay. How do I escape? This is... Okay, there we go. Sorry, my computer is very slow today for whatever reason. Okay. And here, let me make this bigger so it's easy to see. Can you see all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So after taking a test, many students. Are you saying that it happened in the past, or are you using the present tense?
Like already we took a test, and after that we saw.
Okay, I would say maybe after taking a test, many students get their scores like that.
Okay. Oh, well.
So while watching their own score.
Like you know, how can I say? After getting their score, they can watch their score, right?
Uh-huh. So when you say watch, do you mean it shows up on like a screen somewhere?
Not sure that they watch their own, just
Mm-hmm.
themselves,
Oh, okay, I see. You
just
can't.
alone.
Okay, gotcha. So you can say while watching. Um, it's not wrong. I just think you. This is probably more when viewing. The reason why is watching and viewing are more or less the same word, but a lot of times we use the word watch when we talk about entertainment, like a TV, movie,
Mhm.
sports game. View is for something that's more neutral. So I would maybe say when viewing their own score. Okay, some students can be proud of themselves, other students can't. That's perfect.
Like I want to express that even though even though the students don't want to see their own score, they have to watch, they have to see their own score, right? Because the teachers give give the
Uh huh.
paper which is written the score. So
Yeah.
uh so yeah,
Maybe you could add a sentence then. Maybe something like this.
I can't just think the expression.
Yeah, you're good. So when you don't want to do something, the expression is that you're reluctant. So I'll type that out so you can see the spelling. So although some students are reluctant to see their scores or to see their scores, okay, it cannot or they cannot be avoided when the teacher passes back. Oh, so whenever a teacher like gives you a score, it's called passing back a lot of time in English. So they
Okay.
can't be avoided when the teacher passes back. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know exams. Okay, so maybe you could add that. So although some students are reluctant to see their scores, they can't be avoided when the teacher passes back exams. So when viewing their own score, some students can be proud of themselves. I would take out the word can.
Okay.
So a lot of times when you write, we want to say things like I think or believe or it could be like this. Um, but usually your writing is stronger if you take those out and you write with almost like more confidence, if that makes sense. So instead of saying they could be proud or they can be proud, you can say some students feel proud.
Okay.
Yeah, but can be fine too. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah. So, but other students don't. In this
No.
situation, oh yeah, because if we change it to some students feel, then we don't want to say what other students feel. Okay. In this situation, okay, is it is it sure that grades encourage students to work harder at school?
You know
It's,
what? Um uh I feel when I write it this like this,
mhm.
I feel like it's a little bit cutting. The meaning is like is uh the connection is not right now. Like at the front
Mhm.
sentence and the back sentence is not connected, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So when I yeah,
mhm. Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like your connection is pretty good, actually.
uh, uh, my plan was like um saying a simple example from
Mm-hmm.
the beginning, and because of that, I think like I disagree like this, and then saying the detail after
Mm.
that. That was my plan, but in this paragraph, if I added the examples from that, then I couldn't write that again, right? From the bottom part, from the body part, because
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would need
yeah,
to use some other examples.
yeah. Because of that, I remove it from the beginning. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I feel like the connection is not right.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think this is good for an introduction because you don't want to tell too much of the example or get too much into the story. So I think this is just a good little scenario. Uh, the one thing that I would change that I think would help the flow of your writing, first thing would be in this situation, is it certain? So this is more common. So usually instead of saying is it sure, we say is it certain. So, is it certain that grades encourage students to work harder at the school? And then I would take off the phrase my answer.
Okay.
I would say I disagree, and then I would maybe make a very clear statement. So I disagree. Uh, Grades do not result in harder working students or in more hardworking students. Like that. I would just make your position very clear at the end, and I think that works for an introduction. And then you're good.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Any questions for me about, I guess, commas and stuff? The more nitty gritty grammar?
No.
Okay. I will switch back to the timer, and I will see if I can find any news articles and stuff like I did last time that support the other argument. Okay. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll restart the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not ready.
see your chat. Let me take a screenshot of the screen real quick, and then we'll get into it. Oh, let's see. I totally forgot. How did I get out of here? Oh. Okay, got it. Are my notes somewhat helpful?
Hmm?
Oh, were my notes on the screen helpful at all?
I couldn't see it.
Oh, what? Really? Oh, dang. Yeah. Okay. I was trying to type up some helpful things for you because I was, usually when you're writing, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I can do something besides sitting here. So. Okay, next time. I guess you gotta see your screen to type. Okay, so let's suppose the teacher tries to share the scores of all students. Then students will start to compare each score and make a list. Some students who get bad score will feel depressed because of that. Like this, grades can affect students' confidence. As a result, students can't get some motivation. Okay, I would say overall pretty good. A few changes I would make, not a lot. Let me paste this again so you can revise in a second.
What is that?
So, oh, this right here?
No, the sound is weird.
Oh, I don't know.
It's better right now.
Oh, maybe it's my headphones. Like I moved them around. Okay. I would say let's suppose because we want to keep it present tense.
Okay.
Okay. And I would say a teacher because it could be any teacher, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's suppose a teacher tries to share the scores of all students. Okay. Then students will start to compare each score and make a list.
The meaning of make a list is how can I say? They start to choose who is the best, who is the second, who's the third, like this.
Okay. I would maybe say and make a ranking then.
Ranking?
Yeah, instead of list.
Okay.
Okay. So we did that too at school. I remember it would always frustrate me. Usually I made pretty good scores on exams. And so whenever I made a bad score, the whole class would point it out and be like, I made a better score than Abby. And it was very nice. Okay. So some students who I would say got because they already took the exam. Some students who got a bad score, okay, will feel depressed because of that. Like this, grades can affect students. I would do students and then apostrophe like this. The reason why is because students is plural, and so you want to put the apostrophe at the end after the S. It
Okay.
affects students' confidence. As a result, students can't get some motivation. Usually use the word find motivation.
Find?
Find motivation.
What is that?
So it's the same type of idea as get motivation. It's just it's more common in English to say that you find motivation to do something. But it has the same meaning. It's just like a more common use of the word.
Then do I have to write like where did I find motivate like this? When I write it like that sentence.
No, you don't have to say where. You can if you want. It's optional.
Oh,
It's the exact same as get motivation. It's just personally I haven't heard the phrase get motivation very often in English.
mhm,
People just say find motivation instead.
okay.
And I'm not sure where that comes from. Probably some old guy 100 years ago came up with it. That's usually what it seems like. If I figure out where find motivation comes from, I'll send it to you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I don't know if we have time to do a whole nother paragraph, so I'll just walk through what was on the screen. I was trying to help you out with some ideas.
Mm,
So I wrote, grades do not always reflect learning. So because of this, some schools in the US have no zero policies where the lowest grade a student can receive is a 50, even if they have not done the assignment. And this suggests that even educators question how effective grades are. And then I also wrote, more and more schools want to abolish letter grades because there are better ways to give feedback. This also decreases competition, which can be harmful, which is what you're talking about. And then the last one was creativity, problem solving, persistence, and collaboration are equally important as being hardworking, and grades do not measure these traits. Um, and so,
actually, um, um, in my case, I saw a lot of students who give up studying. Like, they think they can't get um, better score, even even they um, even though that they study hard. So that they just give up because they think, yeah, yeah, because they think that even though that they study hard, they can't get good score than a better score than him or like that. They compare.
mm,
I think that the comparing is the most important thing.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's true. I don't know if you've heard of something similar, but there's one school, not in Katy, but pretty close, that the school was so competitive that they had to get rid of class rank. Um, just because students were, it was just a very like toxic environment. Students were, cheating, not being friends with each other, that type of thing. And so they just got rid of it. So there was no number one, two, three, anything like that anymore.
Yeah, that's good. But I understand that. In the Korea, I told you, almost all students try to go to university. So that
Mm-hmm.
means, um, but the university have a limitation about
Mm-hmm.
amount of students, right?
Mm-hmm.
Students that they can get, but almost all students try to go to university. Then the competition is very hard. So so I understand that ranking, but yeah, I don't know if the system of education is changed, then I think a ranking can be disappear.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Right now, it is hard to remove the ranking, I think.
Yeah, yeah, very true. It's almost like university needs to change first,
Mm,
and then the other stuff can change.
yeah.
Ah, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. If you want to write more on this essay, like you have some time and you want to finish it up, see if you can get to 400 words. We can go over it. I guess our next class is tomorrow. Um,
Tomorrow you can't. you can't do that.
So,
Linda said me you
mhm.
can't you can't do it on
Yeah,
Mondays.
so I can't do 7 a.m., but I can do 6 a.m. my time. So I can do an hour earlier tomorrow, or I can do 7, or I can do like on Saturday, like we did too. So, well, your Saturday,
So
my Friday. Yeah,
how about
yeah.
Wednesday? You know,
Uh,
Linda told me that um Abby can Abby can do class Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So
mhm,
I chose it Wednesday. But last week it's it was raining a lot, right? And
mhm,
lightning. Because of that, the internet was not good.
mhm.
So that's why I changed Saturday.
Uh,
So yeah.
yeah, I
Like,
could do Wednesday. Just
so
I
what?
what?
Yeah. What?
Oh,
What do
sorry. I
you
was
say?
gonna ask you what time is it for you right now?
It's 8 p.m. I think
Okay.
Wednesday. Is it better? Like a how set? Which one is comfortable? Like on Saturday or on Wednesday?
Honestly, they're the same. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
really?
It's the same for me, as it's just before I have work. So as long as it's like 6 a.m. my time, so an hour earlier than when we usually start class, I'm good, and the day does not matter.
Uh,
Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's crazy about the lightning though. Bad luck.
how about right now?
Right
Is it good?
now,
Uh,
it was raining earlier, but it looks like it stopped. So,
earlier, really?
right, yeah, yeah, like it was raining overnight.
Isn't it cold?
It's never cold here. It's always hot.
Never cold. Wow.
Yeah. It's 72 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. Let's see
Um,
what's that in Celsius. We'll switch it. Okay,
you
so
know,
it's 22 Celsius.
actually, in the case of Korea, after raining, the temperature getting cold. So
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah, so I was gonna say it like that. Then,
Yeah.
but it never cold.
Yeah, I mean I guess it's colder than it usually is. But I mean you've been
Not
here
a
for
colder, is a cooler, right?
yeah, yeah. You've been here for a Texas summer. It never gets cold. It's just hot. Like the question is
Yeah,
how hot.
and I stay there. Yeah, always hot, always.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's bad timing. You came to Texas in the summer. Oh, so that's like going to Chicago in the winter.
Why Chicago is cold?
Chicago is very cold.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, especially because it's right by, I think it's right by a lake. And so what happens is the water over the lake gets like very cold and wet, and that's what's like blowing around in the air. So it's just apparently not fun. And so people say, don't go to Houston in the summer and don't go to Chicago in the winter. So
How about in New York?
I don't know. I haven't heard much about New York weather.
All right.
Yeah. I know it can get really windy, especially if how if the buildings are really tall, the wind like wraps around them. And then all of a sudden you walk into that little gap between the buildings, it's just like all hits you.
How about California? California is warm.
California has beautiful weather when there's no
Uh,
fires. Yeah. They actually, yeah. I was reading something about this. So sometimes when the sky looks orange, like during a sunset sunrise, something like that. People in California, they think that it's a fire. And so they have a fire map that they pull up like on the internet to check and make sure that there's no fire nearby. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so dry,
Ah,
Yeah, lots of wildfires happen.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I love California. I only, I guess I went in November and then I've gone before in the summer too. And it was the same temperature.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, so it probably ranges from like 40 Fahrenheit to 80 Fahrenheit throughout the year. What's that in Celsius? Let's see. Okay, so it ranges from like 5 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, like the entire year.
Wow.
And so the weather
Then
is very comfortable.
I think I saw the pictures, like wearing Santa Claus clothes and surfing, surfing on the beach,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
I
a
love that.
celebrating the Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the water is actually pretty cold though. Um, the water over here is warm because we have a warm current coming up from the equator. California is the opposite, so they actually have a cold current coming down from the poles,
Mhm.
and so you can't really swim in the water. And so a lot of like the surfers will wear like wetsuits or something to stay warm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah. When I went swimming, but I like to swim. So, and no one else did. They're like, it's too cold.
Oh, really? Hmm, that's good.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want to go there. Hmm.
You have time.
What?
You have time. Lots of time to travel.
You know what? July, I think. July is my vacation. Vacation
Mm.
at the university. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have a chance, then I want to go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be fun. If you do go, let me or Maggie know because we have a friend who's in San Diego right now. So
San
you can,
Diego.
yeah, so you can meet our San Diego friend.
Wow.
Uh, he's there working for the summer. So,
From where?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Wow, that's good.
yeah.
Is
I
the
don't know.
same with Maggie?
Um, so kind of. I think he's doing a different job at a different place, but they study the same thing, computer science.
Uh,
I feel like all my friends study computer science, and then there's me. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you go. But do you have like any questions for me before I head out? And I guess message Linda about what day you decide you want to do class. That sounds
is
good.
yeah, I think
Okay.
it's a Wednesday.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yep. Oh, do you have a plan after this?
I am going to go back to sleep because
Oh,
we were out really late last night for dinner. We didn't get home until 2 a.m. We went to like a restaurant that was open late.
really?
Yeah, not a
I
good
love it.
restaurant actually, Applebee's, but it's very cheap. So
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. So I'm sleepy.
But it's a good issue, you know?
Very true.
Actually, yeah, you have a you had a homework or test practicing
Uh,
last week.
true.
That's
Yeah,
good idea.
that's one of the good things I guess about working and not being in school. No homework.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll let you go, Michael, and I'll see you later Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye. Have a good day.
You too.